Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2, the UK modded series. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video. And in the last video, I started making some upgrades, or made a number of upgrades, to the railways in terms of adjusting and improving the points slash switches slash junctions, whatever you want to call them, in and around some of the railways. Now the reason for this was because with the Transport Fever 2 final update, the ability to create three-way junctions was finally added. So instead of just having the point splitting in two directions, you could have the point splitting in three directions, which was actually quite useful. For example, right here at the Macclesfield goods depot, that actually has that just up ahead. In today's video, I'm going to be continuing from not the last video, but the video before. And the video before I was creating more of the goods yards, so I'm going to be continuing with that sort of thing, moving further up the line to Carnforth and then Bracknell. The plan is to get 2 done today, and hopefully setting up goods yards. So I may not have the railway completely set up or the line set up, but I should in theory have the goods yard set up. That way that will bring us to how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it just the 4? That will be 4 towns on the map that have proper goods yards attached to them, ready to go. So make sure you stay tuned. Let's get started and let's see just how quickly I can get some of this done. Right, popping along to Carnforth. So this is Carnforth Station. I've got some housing along here. I really should be looking at putting more of this residential housing in, which I might actually start doing in this video too. So for example there, and then I need to start potentially cutting more areas out so that houses can fit in various different areas. I mean, look at this. This is all... I need to stop the houses from forming there and there and along this line, or this road, but aside from that, I'm sure everywhere else, for example in here, along here, I can try and get some housing in later on in this video, but I need to start with figuring out where the terminus is going to be, or the actual goods yard, and I think the best spot is right here. Now, if I go over to this, you will notice that the majority of the goods are on this side of the map. So, though this area might be the best spot for it, there is some argument for it being on this side, and that is what I just need to try to figure out. Before I do that, I am going to plan up where my drop-off points are with the buildings for cargo drop-off points. Somebody left a comment about mail and the way mail is supposed to work. Apparently, I should be able to pick it up with a truck station and then drop it off, but then I have to have a freight station attached to the passenger station and all of that kind of stuff, and overall I think it just is not going to work all too well for me at this point in time. But these ones, as I have done before, shall. So I should put, there's one just there. I think I'm going to put a second one on this side, just to ensure that if the industry does start building up on this side, which I am going to try to make it do. So I want a lot of I want the commercial in the middle with housing around and the industrial bits around the edge. That is what I want to try and do. That's sort of how a city should be, with any main road connections. But I'm not entirely sure if that is going to be possible. So for now, I'm just going to add... Should I put it down the main road? I should probably put it down the main road, but where is the main? There's the main road. I'll put it down here for now. I know that there are only houses in this area, but that covers that area. That covers that area. That is quite a significant amount. Although I need more over here. So I'll go ahead and place another one along here. Now I may need to start looking at widening these roads as well, but that is something for future me to work on. Now, next up is going to be the tracks themselves for this. I'm still going to use the cargo, these ones, because I think that this is really, really useful for just dropping off goods. We'll have it curved. I think that is going to be quite important. 3 tracks, 2 or 3 tracks. I think, once again, 3 tracks is a good idea. The reason I do 3 is because I can then put wagons or something just sitting on one of the tracks, which may look a little better. Let's do that so it actually has... No, I do not want it to be able to pick anything up, just drop things off. So the terminal function perhaps should not be there. I'll have a look at that. Size of it is going to be 250 meters. Now the radius of that is quite sharp. If I was popping it in here, the radius needs to be what? Probably 1,000. That maybe a little less than that. Maybe 700. Yes, 700 probably works decently enough for there. If I'm going to try and attach it here, which I am considering, actually, it would work really well if I did this. What I could do, and this is really silly, but I could have it cross that road and just go into the centre of Carnforth. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it here. Reason for that is we have a bit of an uphill, and if I did this, there may be a chance for me to work some bridges out later on. So if I bring this up right up to the road, like that, that looks like a good curve too. I may adjust the curve, but for now I'm just going to peek at that so the train can come along and stop effectively there, and it runs along here, so you'd have a train parked up right here, buildings along there. The train would then come across here, go up this hill and join on to the tracks about here. That seems fairly reasonable, actually. That does seem fairly reasonable. I just want to try to work out how this... Right, if I try to just build a track, how would that sit? That isn't too bad. That really is not too bad going into this section. Okay, I think I can accept that being a thing. Let's go ahead and remove a whole bunch of assets from this area, because around here is going to need to just be cleared up a bit. There we go, and this bit along here shall have to be cleared. There we are. Much better. Then we have to look at any necessary buildings that this may require. Let's have a look if there are any sheds that I can put in. Yes, there are these. I'm thinking it might be worth me having a couple of these in, or something like that. Look, we have just a shed. This is just an old shed that could sit. If I lift this up, it can sit alongside the railway, just here. What kind of shed is this? Oh, this is for agriculture. I should start putting these down. This is even better. Yes, this is even better. Stone, white, or brick? Stone. Just a simple shed. Let's have a look at how that looks. Quality's decent too. Probably should have it turned around. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some terrain tools. I'm going to do some flattening or leveling just in this area. Just enough to put... Right, that's being a little awkward, really. What is it that it is not happy about? What level does it need to be? It needs to be... Now smooth that. That level. There we are. That's the level I want. I'll break that and that. Do this. Just on one side. I'm not going to do it on both sides. Just on this side, which is where I will have the delivery of this too. So again, not too far either. Just up to there. There we go. I'll do that, do that. Maybe add a bit of this just here, right near the end. So break that and that. No, go away, go away. There we are. In fact, I shall pause this whilst I do this. Delete that little bit there. Okay, now I can put what I want in here. So the first thing I need to put in is going to be a street. The street will go up like so. One building will be removed. That's fine. Can the street get up to that level faster than that? Maybe if I did this, I could bring that up and bring the street in there. Okay, let's put the buildings in first. That may be a better option. One of these with, say, 3, 4 platforms. One of those, no. Can we have it just go in and out? Platform capacity can be quite long. Fence type is no fence. Surface can be gravel. That is quite long. How big was the Macclesfield one? About the same. 64. No, let's make it that. Wide platforms, 3 of them. There we are. That could work, right? I think that could work. Let's go ahead and figure out how and where to place this. Okay. What if I placed it... No. Why have you done that? Oh, it's trying to do that really annoying... Okay, so there is that new snapping thing, which can be useful, as you can see, but also can cause issues. What if I put it there? Why can I not place it? No, stop. Right, that is a problem. The new snapping tool is causing me problems. Great. So what I'm going to have to do is... Actually, could I use this one instead? Let me see if I can use this one. I think this one might be better. Let me try this. High to... But then how would that connect? If I connected it out this way, that isn't going to work. Because that is too close to that side. I cannot have it crossing as a level crossing. It would have to be out here, but I do not want it out there. This is a little bit harder than... What on earth is this? Why are you there? This is a little bit harder than I would have wanted this to be. Okay. What about a standard one of these? This will fit, right? This fits. And what I can do is I can do that. Potentially. Let me just pop that in and see. So you have that. Passenger trains travelling along there. Cargo platform just here. That does not connect to that. Because this does not have that terminal function, right? So if I do that, will that now connect? Yes, those two now connect to each other, which is good. What I do want to do is lift this up a little. So I should be able to do that by selecting construction, select U. And lift up to see what happens. Why did that happen? Okay, it's fine. Because what I can then do is select this. Can I select just that node? No. 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 Stop selecting multiple things. Let's copy it. That might be why. Move it. Select. Can I not select a node? That node does not appear to be selectable. That's fine. I can just do this. Unfortunately, I appear to have lost this particular street. I have no idea what this street was. I have no idea what that street was, but I appear to have lost it. No. Stop trying to snap in weird ways. I think I understand what the problem is. Is that it's clearly too high up now for it to properly connect. Can I push this further back? Okay. This is taking longer than I envisaged. If I push this quite far back, like that, that might now accept the little downhill. Yes, it does. There we go. This isn't that bad. It really isn't that bad. Now, I will need to make some adjustments here. So what adjustments do I need to make? One is going to be not that terrain smoothing in this area. There we are. Just making sure that is all smooth. The second is going to be railway buildings. How and where do I put those? I can put the railway buildings, just a few buildings just behind here. So, what was it? It was a shed that I really wanted to put in. Not a big shed. I did say that that shed sort of works, but it's just sort of this. That doesn't really work at this point. Oh, but this does. Cargo shed overpass bridge. So we have an overpass bridge, middle section, covered stairs. Wait, what? This is a shed over the station. All right. Let's find any cargo related stuff. Some random cargo, yes, of course. I could just place a cargo building, which would not look entirely out of place should I just plop it in sort of there, for example. It's part of this station. That is surprisingly useful. That is surprisingly useful. What do I want? Does that give me different? No, I have no idea. Wooden cases, barrels, cable reels, wheelbarrows. I suppose I could sit a couple of wheelbarrows along here that people use. There we are. Anything else? A wall? Yes, a wall is a good idea. Or a fence. A wall or a fence. This bit is messy. This bit is really messy. I guess I could use... What does that one look like? That's just a broken fence. That I do not wish to have. Is this a broken fence too, then? Oh, these are all broken fences. Okay. Let's try to paint things first as just some... Can I need to know what that is. So that's clearly sand. Oh, of course, I can just use some ballast for this area. Right up to the road. Because of course this should all really be an area of ballast. It just keeps it out the way. There we are. And then this side I'm alright with. That clears that bit up fairly nicely. I'm still concerned about how this is not smoothing out properly. I'm not sure what to do about that. If anybody has any ideas how to fix that, I would appreciate it. That would be great if anybody knew how to repair that bit. I'll probably end up putting some walls or fencing around here, but as a very small sort of yard, that isn't too bad. I mean, I should probably put these. I should probably put that and a couple of cranes up, and we should be complete in this area. So if I put some cranes up, here we go, some yard cranes, just not on the track. There we are. Platform, that's platform. There. Let's put a few of these up. Okay, good. Then I wanted those buildings, which I remember there was somewhere. Was it this one? The General Railway Building. That was it. And I can always place the General Railway Building. In fact, I could put the railway building on this side. Up on a little hill. That could work. I have no idea. I'll place it about here. Or should I place it on this side? I could place it right at the end. That would be reasonable too. I'll do this. General Railway Building just there. There we are. Not too bad. And in order to get there, obviously you need to ensure that you have some of the ballast, so you're just walking on ballast, not directly on grass up to there. There we are. Okay. Assets being deleted in this area, i.e. the trees. Perfect. This bit seems okay. I might need to just put a fence just around this at some point. I shall see, but that seems all right. Now, connecting this up, we'll do... How should I do this? 25 mark. Actually, before I do that, let me change this so that it has the track that I want, which is the 10 mile per hour track. So it has the proper tracks. There we go. Then what I want to do is 25 miles per hour out of here. Up to there. Do I want that to be single? Single line going in. Yes, I'll do that. $250. With that, it gives me 160. So it gives us... Okay, I think this will work. Because I've just had a third idea. Which I think should be all right. Yep. There we are. Slightly different style of goods yard. Just ever so slightly different. That does that. That bit that goes out there. Can I neaten that up a little further? Possibly. Possibly, but not yet. And then let's do this. I could connect that as it is trying to tell me to do, but I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to connect it like this. The reason for that is so that I can have the double slipped. Now, trains waiting. I think I may have messed this up. I'll have to see because I want to ensure that there are areas for trains to just wait. Get out of the way and wait. What I could do is I could have a 250 meters there and just have a train that can stop in there. If there's a train coming through this, this is where it would wait before crossing over. Okay, I've had an idea. This is a good idea, I think. $300 meters. In fact, this is a brilliant idea. Probably isn't, but I'm going to pretend this is a brilliant idea. That I'm about to do this. How fast can I take this? 40. Until it crosses over here. What speed is that crossing? I can have that cross at 40. No. That has to cross at 25. I could make it cross at 40 if it needed to. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to ensure that it has the fastest possible crossing I can get out of this. $20. Let's do that to 40. There we are. That is effectively 40 miles per hour. Okay. With this bit there, like so. Okay. So what will happen is a train will travel down here. The goods train goes along this bit here, stops. If there is any train that has then entered the block behind, because that is the point here, is if the goods train gets into this block at 40, another train can enter this block that may have been waiting. As soon as it enters the block, the goods train has to wait for that passenger train to pass through. That is how that is supposed to work. Now, whether it will work like that, I have no idea. But that is what I'm going to do. And also what it ensures is that if there is a train leaving from here, it will make sure that, in fact, no. Let's do that. If there is a train that is leaving this area, so if there's a train waiting here, that train either can make its way in, or if the train has crossed this area, this train is not stuck, for example, back here, waiting for that train to come out so that this train can slot in. It can continue up to this area and keep it well out of the way. That is how I want that to work, and I think it can. I'll just clean up the edge of the railway just there. There we go. Very good. Oops, may have pushed back a little too much. It's not a problem. Okay, so that is that one. That has taken a little longer than I wanted it to take, but it is, at least it is now there. So that should run. Let's go jump up to Bracknell and have a look at the mess that we currently have. So this is the freight station, which I can change should I wish to do so. So I have two options here. I can push it over to this area, which I've mentioned before, or I can attempt to do something here with it and still use, well, what I will be using will be that bit. Or I could use this bit up here and have it peel out and do that bit. The problem I have is that if I try to lay some track down, you will see that a 250 meter track is quite long. That is the problem I may end up having. It can be done, but it is a little long. And since this is going down a hill, that may cause additional issues. Let's, for example, let's make that straight. There we go. And as such, you now see if I push this right up to here, you sort of see the problem. This turning here, whilst doable, could potentially be a little problematic. Although, that being said, if I follow this line and then just do it like that, remove this section, it could still work. It could still work. So what should I do? And then, of course, I can always do that because we have these water towers and everything right next to it. This bit here, I could maybe put, here we are. Just here, can I? Oh, it doesn't quite fit. But I could put a slightly smaller one in. Yes, I could put a slightly smaller one in, like that. Just tuck it in right alongside the station, similar to Carnforth. So if I tuck that in like that and connect it up, and in fact, if I really wanted to, I could tuck another one in along here for something else, if need be. So that would still give me the 3 platforms, just in a slightly different manner. In fact, that is what I'm going to do. I've convinced myself of such a thing. So you go there, you go there. That is a... How did I manage that? It should have just been a straight road. Why did that not... There we go. Excellent. And now what I need to do... So this part of the railway is still in use. However, what I can do is after this, there we are. 25 miles per hour into that with the 3-way split. So this is where the 3-way splits do come in handy. There we are, like that, and like that. I should probably take a screenshot of this area, just showing some of the mess that currently is present. So just attempting to fix this mess. So I can do that. This bit, I could probably push this bit a little further too. So I could push this to be, for example, there. And yes, have that open up as it currently does. And then this area will get shut down. But before I shut that down, before I do that, there is something else I want to do with this town. And that is, I want to create a road that runs parallel to this road. And is that going to be a main road? Yes, I think I do want this to be a main road. So this ran or runs parallel to that, apart from there, where I break this bit and I have it so that at the time, let's say this was a small road at the time, and then it did that. Oh, that's still a main road. There we are. So that is what that bit did. And the reason for this will become obvious in a moment. And then we have it going down there. Do not want that. Why is that not why is that construction not possible? Small bridge is possible. A train should fit under that. I think a train can fit under that. Small humpback bridge. I have to look at that. I'll look into that bit. I'm fairly sure a train can fit under that. That looks pretty tall. So, what I'm now going to do is adjust. So Bracknell Cargo is actually going to be a little busier than other cargo stations. This still connects all the way along here, so there isn't a problem. I'm going to stick some signalling there, there, and there. Remove some assets along there. There we go. Good. I'll have to look at how I can neaten this bit. I think I can. So I'm going to remove those assets. What I could also do is... Why is it saying construction not possible on these? Does it... There is a way to do level crossings. I'm just trying to figure out why it is failing to do the level crossings. Why is that a problem? Not sure. Anyway. Going to put this bit in too. But instead of following along the railway, it will go up the hill like that. Yep, goes up the hill like that and crosses over. So I want it to connect somehow to this one. That should be possible. Not like that. That isn't how that would work either. That should have been possible. As to why that is not working, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea why that is not working. Think. Well, it eventually it tells me, yes, I can do a bridge. It should have been a stone bridge, to be honest. Right, I'm going to try... Oh, yes, I can do this. There we go. I keep forgetting this was a thing. There we are. That is a little low. It may have been possible, though, with the right bridge. I think the right bridge could do this. It's just finding the right bridge. That bridge is certainly not it. That bridge is not it either. It has to be one of these. Because that gives it enough of an arch. There. Yes, a train would fit under that if I can get it working properly. Okay. This can be done. Hello. What do we have? No. Because the bridge... So, the pillar is clearly in the wrong place. One could argue the railway's in the wrong place. But I say the pillar. Okay, I'll get back to that bit, because in reality it doesn't really matter. I'm going to be getting rid of it. What I want to do is I want to move, so manage that line. Right, so I want that to be moved there. Platform 1 and removed from there. Now the question is, does this still... Oh, this doesn't have all the things that I wanted it to have. So both-sided, the right track there. Okay, it still connects to that. So for now, that is all right. That bit was important to ensure that it does still connect. What I can then do is I could run a train along, sorry, a road along this small road. Run it along there. And connect it up like that. Oh no, wait, I would want to put something else before that road. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to put the cranes and everything like I have in the other place. What is that a shadow of? I still have these slightly weird shadows going on. Right, train 21, where are you? No path. How about now? You now have path. Bracknell halt, Bracknell cargo. Okay, so that now has it up in this area, meaning I can remove this entire section of track actually. And as such, we now have an idea of where some main roads and side roads could have been. In fact, I shall make this a side road. Yes, I shall make this a side road and upgrade this all to a side road. Yes, all those buildings can be removed should they need to. There we are. And then I will lock all of these roads because that is something that needs to be done. But also, I will make just a couple of small connections along this one and there and there. So that goes there, that goes there. What I will need to do is, of course, make some adjustments along here because this is now going to end up some sort of main road. But now you sort of see where things used to be in the design of the town. And that is what I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure that the design of the town still reflects how things might have been before additional bits were made, or changed, or destroyed. In the meantime, I do need to go ahead and lock all the roads, because that will only lead to disaster if such roads are not locked. But it gives us areas to work upon and build. So there we go. There is now more room in Bracknell to build up, and I'll even go ahead and do this. There we are. We have a new road connected there, and then in that area I'll go ahead and build something along these lines. So we have this bit here. There we are. Put some housing along there. Like that. Like that. Connecting through there. And see what houses get built there. This little bit in the middle, I sort of think it's a nice area as a little park. This bit too, just leave it open. What I should be able to do though is have a crossing here and do this. So have one there, have one there. Is it 45 meters that I need for this? I think so. Like that and like that. That's going to be interesting. Autosave telling me end of episode. Just trying to expand Bracknell in the correct areas, in the correct ways. Wait for it to finish before I do that, but at least I got what I wanted sort of done. This is a very busy, very, very busy area, which is good in a way. I'm not keen on this, how I messed this bit up or made this bit double to single to double. I'll have to look at improving that at some point. Let's do that, and then along there, follow this along roughly. There we are, and you can have a road that goes across there. Let's go ahead and lock all the roads. It is a shame there isn't an option of start with the road pre-locked or something. Unless that is an option that I have no idea about. There we are. Good. Probably should lock these. We are getting closer and closer to additional areas where they may just try to randomly build. All of these really were supposed to be changed, but I haven't had a chance to change these from actual paths to just bushes, no paths. Apparently it would improve the performance. I'm not struggling massively with performance at present, so I'm not entirely fussed about it, but going forward there is a chance that I will struggle with performance as more and more of these roads get built. So potentially if I build Bracknell all the way down and it builds all the way down to here, these bits here really should be changed into non-path bushes. That would probably be a good idea, which I think Bracknell will end up growing around all of this. It'd be nice to have Bracknell grow out to here too, down this hill, and try and make a park out of it. But that is the end of this video, I think. Let me see if there is there any decent screenshot that I can take. I did want to put the railway buildings down here, didn't I? So I could put a long railway building along this, like so. I'll put a double building in. There we go. They both look different. Why is that? Why has that happened? Was it brick dock for both? There we are. These ones also are a little bit dull. Why are they dull? Gable ended. Yes. Flat, sloped. No, let's do gables on both of them. There. Ah, now we have those. This one should probably also have a lamp. This one does not need to have a lamp, I guess. Fire buckets? Lamp, yeah, sure. Why not? Did I not do the fire buckets? Yes, there we go. I had the wrong one selected. Lamp. No? Okay, fine. Shame I cannot have this, like, taller. So we have that, we have that. This one I'm actually going to, before I end, I do want to put... So, okay, cranes. Let's put those in. Let's put them in at track height. I think these cranes are quite nice to use. They do give it some sense of, oh yeah, this is something. What was it that I wanted to put in though? It was, oh, we've got all these little buildings that I could use as an asset. Look at that. I could use all of these. They would be really useful. I need to look quite... I need to look in depth at all of these. That one is really nice. Just pop that in there. See what it looks like. That one actually is quite... That one does work quite well, but I'll get rid of it for now. The last bit I wanted to put in was, if I go back to shed, it was those shelters. Here we go. Let's pop some of these shelters in. There we are. Although I'm not sure how the crane would then work on it, but let's get rid of that line of shelters. There we are. And maybe take this as the screenshot. Kind of shows something has been made. That isn't too bad a screenshot. There we are. That will have to do. So, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to click the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think, any suggestions you might have. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon. Link in the description box below, as are links to my social media and Discord server. In the next video, I shall try to clean some of this up and then see if I can get more trains running, more freight trains running, delivering what is necessary to this particular town. I think I'm going to have to see where the gasworks are. Did I put gasworks in this one? If not, I'm going to probably have to put gasworks up, and that will be quite useful. So thank you very much once again, and I shall see you next time in Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series.